everybody, good morning, this is Jean here, no, good afternoon. My downsizing journey continues. I'm doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm getting tired. Now we've had a ton of help moving things into a pod that we have, and I just wanted to, I've never downsized this much. If you're just tuning in, I'm going from a very large house to a medium-sized home, but I have to get rid of everything. I am in my front room. I have started to deconstruct it. There's nothing on the walls except a few bits that I'm trying to pack up. I am going to be putting all my precious, beautiful needle points that I've been doing for over 50 years, and my paintings and all of my pictures in a storage area. But right now, in our front room, I have all of my sort of light colored quilts. These quilts that I have been making. These were some of the first quilts I was making over 12, 15 years ago. And I just thought I'm packing them up into these lovely large comforter cellophane bags that have a zipper. So if you think you're going to be downsizing, ask your friends for bedding from all the big box stores. These are wonderful. They zip up. I've put in about 6 quilts already. These are going to go, I don't know where, because we are losing a lot of rooms in the house we're moving into. But I'm not giving away my precious quilts. So I just wanted to share a few. I thought maybe you want to see some quilts before I put them in storage. These are the first quilts I've ever made. And this was this one here, this one, and this quilt here was a real popular, one of my favorite patterns. It's made row by row. Again, just getting quickly back to quilting. This quilt here is made row by row, just using half square triangles. And the look for this quilt is a sort of a light to a medium shade of a quilt. Let me just see if that's, the lighting just went off. I just want to see if I have to turn on this main light. Yeah, maybe I will anyway. Excuse me. Oh no, that light is on. Oh no, there you go. That light's on. So yeah, this quilt here, again, is one of my favorite quilts. I've made this quilt pattern, I would say 15 times and gifted it. It's very quick and easy to make. Again, row by row. It's not a block quilt, it's just a border. Here is the same exact pattern that I made, and you can see 5 what I call diamonds in this quilt pattern. I think you can see them a little bit better on this quilt that I made years and years ago. Can you see the 5 sort of medium, but they read more dark, the diamonds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, I made this, it's the row by row half square triangles, but it's really pretty and effective. Very nice quilt to gift. Here is it again, and I sort of made these when I was thinking about my front room here, which is all light and bright. Our house, hopefully my sewing room will look like sort of this, and our living area will be the darker red, as I've been saying. Again, can you see the sort of 5 diamonds of the more medium to dark tones of this pattern? It's an awesome pattern. Maybe once I get settled, this could be your go-to pattern. Real simple and real effective. It's just playing with the value of different fabrics. So I'm gonna fold them up and put them in here. I just wanted to share this quilt with you. This is very special to me. This is very special. My mother passed away 15 years ago in 2005, coming up 15 years. And she was a real lady, a real petite. I'm like my dad, I'm big. But my mother was a very petite, very delicate, just a lady. She truly was. She loved her diamond rings and she was impeccably dressed, not like me. And then when she died, I took all of her clothes. She was in a home for most of her life, and then the last 9 months of her life, she had to go into an assisted living. She had Parkinson's, and she had broken her hip and fell. That's what happens. Older people don't fall and break their hips. Their hip broke. The surgeon told us, and she had a hip replacement, which did no good. And she died shortly thereafter in her assisted living. I took all of her possessions. I had decorated her little assisted living room with her few bits of furniture, the ones that I'm taking into my sewing room. Her little love seat in her chair, and I had all of her clothes. And when I was going through all of her jackets, all of her trousers, all of her handbags, she had all of these hankies, all impeccably washed and ironed. And I kept them all, of course. She had tons of them, all of her little vintage hankies. These were some of her favorite hankies. I remember this one. And so I put them away, and they smelled faintly of her perfume. And I didn't wash any of them. And I know it's years later, but I can almost smell my mom. She always wore Angélie, or Jean Tude from the 1970s. So this was a special quilt that I made. I just made them. I just put these on point. I just mounted the hanky onto a piece of muslin to stabilize it, and then I put the muslin. I sewed the squares together on point with a very pretty backing fabric, very vintage looking. So this is the quilt that I made out of my mom's hankies, and I don't know if you can see, it's sort of sparkling. 15 years ago, Joanne Fabrics had this line of fabrics. It's now out of print. Where it had all these little sequin sparkles, and I bought about 80 yards. I went to every Joanne Fabrics around, and I got it in black, gray, tan, white, maroon, navy, and red. I bought yards and yards because I thought it's going to go out of print, and it was so pretty. It's in many of my earlier quilts. It's just a beautiful sparkle. I wish they would bring it back. It was really a lovely fabric. So anyway, I'm going to just fold all these precious quilts up. Yeah, that's my mom's. I'm going to put these away. And this quilt is so funny. One of my first quilts I ever made. I was so ambitious. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. There's a woman called Marie Webster, and she was in the 30s. She was a quilt maker, and she has a book. If you look her up, this was a quilt that she had made, all meticulous, needle turn applique, meticulous. And I thought, oh, I can do that. And I quilted for about 6 months, and I thought, well, I don't hand stitch anything, right? And so I thought, well, I got the pattern from an old book or magazine or something, and all of these little, it's called French baskets. The French blue. It was back when the reproduction fabrics were in vogue, this French blue. And I cut all of these out by hand before I had any, I didn't know what I was doing. And it's real stiff. I did a real stiff fusible web, again, before they perfected it. It's real stiff, and I zigzagged it on. And then this was all like supposed to be a delicate needle turn. I just sort of, did the whole thing, fused the whole thing and appliqued it, machine appliqued. And it was interesting because for years, I did this when I first started to quilt. And then I started to get better. And I was very ashamed of this quilt. And I put it away. I was almost going to throw it away. And about 3 years ago, I found it. And I thought to myself, how smug and nasty my attitude was towards my first attempts at quilting. Technically, it's terrible. But visually and emotionally, it's absolutely fabulous. So any of you who are this is precious to me now, because I've gotten that much more mature and don't think that much of myself that, oh, that's not good enough. I think that's what the quilt police do. Oh, that's not good enough. And I'm not one of those people. This is absolutely good enough. It's super. It was made with love and with heart and with passion. And it's one of my favorite quilts that I will never get rid of. Is it made Is it made incredibly well? It's not. It's not. But is it pretty? It's so pretty. And so this will get all folded up. Again, I don't know where I'm going to put my quilts, but I'm not going to get rid of them in this move. So I'm just in my room now, and these I have another several of these plastic bags that will get used. The comforter bags from the big box companies. So I'm going to fold up my lovely quilts. I'm going to store them and find a place in our new home. Yeah, find a place in our new home for my lovely things. As I said, deconstructing our room. I never realized this is such a big room because I had so much stuff. But as Maxwell said, I think the last few videos, Maxwell said after I took everything off, he said, oh, our home is just becoming a house. And that's a very good thing. Now we can make our home in our new home. I'm not going to clutter it. I can't. It's an open concept. I have no walls. But it's okay. It's okay. But I'm not getting rid of my some of my most precious things. I'm taking it with. So, and my most precious things are some of the earlier quilts I made. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little show and tell, little downsizing tip to put your precious bedding in these, save these lovely plastic things with a zip. So anyway, that's that for today. Got to get on with packing and moving and shaking. And yeah, so thanks again for watching, folks. Appreciate it very, very much. And I will talk to you later. Bye.